well. Beautiful temperatures, kind of rinse and repeat. The Iowa State Fair under the way. But we are joined in studio right now by somebody else who loves animals, Ron from Petland of Iowa City. Good morning, Ron.
Yay. This is Ronnie. Yes, doing good.
So what's going on in Petland of Iowa City?
Lots of stuff. We said that we have that special on Primal. Make sure you take advantage of it. If you've never, this is like whatever kibble you're feeding, this would be something good to mix in, and you're going to find that your dog's going to be more attracted to the food. I just crumble it over the top of the food that I always already feed, and they just dive in and mix around and eat it and love it and smile at you while they're doing it. So if you haven't tried freeze-dried food by Primal, get it because it's on special. And if you wanted to try the new dog food Canaday, then you can get it for free when you buy a bag of that. And even the dog food itself is guaranteed. So if you don't, dog doesn't like it, bring it back in. So a lot of good things going on there. $5 nail trims free if you got your little pet from our door. And then you can't beat the buy 10, get one free. We track it for you as well on all of our dog and cat food.
$1 and 1 minute and 39 seconds. And if you buy that food, less poop to clean up.
Yes. If you don't know, premium.
Did you see what I did there?
I know. You beat me to it. You're like all about it. I love it. Competition is good.
1 minute and 39 seconds. I think that was the quickest that we've ever mentioned the word poop.
Okay. I gotta remember just to say poop right off the bat next time. But yeah, when you feed a premium dog food, some people look at the price and go, it's more expensive. Why it's dog food? Well, what you're going to find is you're going to feed the cheap stuff about twice as much. You got to feed twice as much of that stuff as you would the good stuff. And then what as a result happens if you're feeding them more, because just to get the right amount of nutrition in them, they're going to poop a lot more. Now you got to pick up a lot more.
Jump right into it. I want to get into the breed of the week, and then I want to get into 24 hours of
Potty training. All right, Dachshund. Is the Dachshund the right breed for you? We have two little ones. They're actually sleeping right now in our studio, a little black and tan and a little chocolate and tan. We have 3 total in the store right now. Excuse me. And they are Dachshunds love to play. So that Dachshund is the breed of the week. And we're going to go through, you can actually follow us on the website. If you go to petlandiowacity.com. Oh, by the way, you can actually watch us on the air on a 360 camera on Facebook. And so you can go to Petland Iowa City on Facebook, and you'll just scroll down and you'll see the 360 video, or even go to YouTube and search out PAWSitively Petland Radio Show, and we'll pop up all of our shows, and you can see us there as well. So the Dachshund, is it the right breed for you? So I already gave it out. I think I gave all of it out.
Just about.
What is the what breed? Where country does the Dachshund come from? Oh, Jerry's going to do a Jerry right now.
Canada.
Yes, there it is. So the Dachshund, meaning badger dog or badger hunter in German, is a lively breed with
is it really from Germany?
Are you joking me? Really?
A little bit.
Okay.
I almost choked on my bacon.
I bet you the doggies would love bacon. I hear Jerry Lewis loves bacon. That's kind of off the cuff there.
He does.
So is a lively breed. So the Dachshund is a lively breed with a friendly personality and keen sense of smell. They even say for Bassets and for Dachshunds, their ears are a little longer than kind of normal. And they say that's because that wafts up the smells closer to the ground and then allows them to get more variety. Dogs smell more like we see with a lot of clarity. Sure. So known for their long and low bodies, they are eager hunters that excel in both above and below ground work. Oh, I had these little Dachshunds out this morning, and we live on a hill, and it was so cute because when I go down the hill, puppies in general have a hard time with, they get going too fast and then they kind of tumble. Dachshunds, so normally the dog will go head over heel if they get going too fast, and it's safe. Everything is good. It's all in grass. Dachshunds roll on their sides. It was so cute this morning. They both started going down the hill, and then all of a sudden they did a loop or two on their sides, and it was cute.
The hills are alive with the sound of rolling dachshunds.
I love it. One of the most popular breeds, according to the AKC registration statistics, they come in 3 different coat varieties: smooth, wire-haired, or long-haired, and could be miniature or standard size. So the smooth, we see a lot of smooth and long-haired. I still rarely see the wire-haired, and I will say most customers don't like the wire-haired. It is...
What's the difference?
Wired-haired is just a thicker hair follicle, and so it looks more wiry, and that's why they call it wire-haired. It's not as soft, though, and I think that's what people that see it, they go, yeah, that looks nice. I like it's different. Oh, but I don't like it because it's not as soft. So the wire-haired hasn't caught on as much. The history of the Dachshund: they were first bred in the early 1600s in Germany. The goal was to create a fearless, elongated dog that could dig the earth from a badger burrowing and fight to the death.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
Yeah, and it's a Dachshund.
I feel the sky coming down. Sorry.
The breed became popular in the U.S. during the early 1900s, but fell out of favor during World War I. I wonder why. After the war, a few U.S. breeders slowly rebuilt the gene pool by importing German stock, and the breed began to increase in popularity again. Another thing they talk about miniatures and standards. AKC, I'm pretty sure I've got that one correct, does not recognize the miniature yet. There has not been a club,
yeah, you've mentioned that before,
to sponsor that one. So if you go to AKC, it should meld them all as Dachshunds. Miniatures tend to be in, I would say, average in the 13, but they can go into the 20s because why? Because they still have that gene from the standard Dachshund in them. But most miniatures tend to be miniatures, and they kind of hover right in that 13-pound range, where a standard is going to be in the 20s.
Sure.
So temperament: Dachshunds are lovable, playful companions and ideal pet for many homes, including those with children, with appropriate supervision, which I like when they put that in there, but that would be true for every single dog, with appropriate supervision. You know, we haven't talked about this. Pets for a while. Pets are a great tool, and I don't mean it in a bad way, for your children. If your children are 3, you're teaching them about life. If they're 7, you're teaching them more about life, and you're teaching them about care. If they're in their young teens, you're now coaching them about care of a life. And you're planting a seed in their little brains that they will use in the future when they think about having children and all that kind of stuff. Hey, this is serious business. I remember taking care of that little puppy. A child is even more. So I think they're great learning experiences in a lot of different ways. How to love. I mean, that's another great experience. So appropriate supervision to me means a lot of different things. They require moderate exercise, and I do mean skimp on the moderate. Our Dachshund can get all of its exercise in our house and then go for a walk. But at the beginning, I remember she couldn't walk the whole walk. She'd like stop and say, nope, I'm done. And then we'd have to carry her home. As an adult, she was fine, but it was kind of funny. Those little legs don't go very far. So require moderate exercise and can adapt to most living environments. Depending on their coat type, Dachshunds may need regular grooming. We did find that the Dachshund is a low-maintenance dog if you get the short hair. The short-haired Dachshunds are shedding dogs, but they're so small, especially the miniature ones, that you don't notice it around the house all that much. And so if you're looking for a low-maintenance dog, you don't mind a tad bit of shedding, the Dachshund is the right breed for you in that way, for sure. If you're like even more concerned about the shedding and you don't want the maintenance as well, go for a Chihuahua. Those things, you almost have a hard time, like even if you searched for the hair. They're great for apartments, fairly active indoors, running around. I would say that's true for our little Callie at home. Daily walk is fine. They love to play. Daily brushing and average shedding. So that is a Dachshund in a heartbeat. Is that the right breed for you? That's what we want to help you answer for your family. And if you have any more questions, come into Petland, play with these Dachshunds and the other breeds, try them out and see what works for you, so that you can make that educated decision on which pet is good for you. And then we'll educate you on how to take care of them, like what we're going to go do right now. Potty training.
24 hours. How do you do it?
Yeah. What does it look like? I brought in a kennel here, and I'm going to grab that real quick.
So it is the Positively Petland show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on 800 KXIC. We sit down and have a weekly talk with Ron, co-owner of Petland of Iowa City, as he continues his video production on radio. And he's bringing in a crate right now.
Yeah.
And it's blue, and it has some fun things in it.
So while you're listening to this, if you go, gosh, I just am not getting the visual, and I think you will. But you can then go to YouTube, Positively Petland Radio Show, or go to our Facebook, watch the video there, and you'll see how I'm interacting with the kennel as well. So I like to start right when we're getting ready for bed. So it's 7:30. Let's say your little dog, whether it's old or it's just a little baby puppy, if you're having issues with potty, oh yeah, it's having accidents in the middle of the night. Now is when you want to stop the water. So lift the bowl up, put it on the counter, put it in the sink, just like you would a child, so that they can do a couple of potty times outside before they go to bed. So it's just like a child emptying their bladder over the next few hours right before you go to bed. So, all right. So now you're getting ready to go to bed. You give them that one last, get them out, get it done kind of a thing. And now you come to, and you use this kennel, and you're going, wait, Ron, I don't have a kennel, and I don't want to use a kennel. All I'm going to say on this is it is one of the most important tools to use for potty training. And here's why. If you are hesitant on using a kennel, I want you to think of it as a crib or their own little room. That's what it really is. You put your children in a crib. This is a crib with a top on it because the doggies can jump out. So when you get the kennel, and we've got many shapes and sizes and colors and all this kind of stuff, there is an extra wall that comes in the kennel with it. And most people just throw that out. They just go, I don't know, they gave me an extra thing in here and throw it out. That actually was used for potty training, and that's what you want to use it for. You actually make the kennel smaller. And so in the kennel that I have in front of me, I'm opening up the door, and I right now can't reach all the way back to the back of the kennel because there is a little wall. That movable wall is in there. And that is making it a smaller area. If your dog is allowed to go into the kennel and have the whole entire kennel, they'll poop and pee in one corner and then go sleep in the other corner. So there's no potty training going on there. So what you want to do is make it tighter. So if they poop or pee in the kennel, then they have to sit in it. So, okay, so we've gotten their bladders emptied. We're putting them into the kennel at night. And now we're closing the kennel up and then giving them, the night. Now, some of you are going to hear a little bit of whining at night. If you do that, the rule of thumb is don't go to a barking or whining dog, because what they're doing is training you. You've already emptied their bladder. They were fully fed throughout the day. There's no real need here. They're going to make it sound like, life is ugly, but that's because they want you to come and play with them. If you do this, well, be prepared to play with them every night, because they're going to train you that, hey, I want to come out and play, and you come and do it, and they've trained you well. So what I do in my house is I put them in an area where I can get a good night's sleep. I'll let them cry it out if they need to. If it's a really young puppy and you just feel that's really, really strong urge, maybe get up once during the night. But I'm going to encourage you to stop that as fast as possible, because you're going to create a bad habit there pretty quickly. All right. So now you wake up in the morning fully, everybody's nicely slept. The dog's got a nice night. You got a great 8 hours of sleep. All right. You're going to come to the kennel. The door is closed as you come up to it. You're going to open the kennel door, but Don't let the dog walk out of that kennel. I always say they're a loaded gun right now. You want to lift that little puppy up or that older dog up and carry them to where you want them to potty. So if you're doing those pee pad trainings, this is where you would put them down onto the pee pad in the house. I think most of us are doing the outside training, so we're walking all the way out and into the yard, and even get them trained to go in one section of the yard. That's even better, so you don't have as much places to walk around to clean up. All right, here's another tip that's coming your way. So it's tip alert right now. So when they're doing their potty, whether it's pooping or peeing, you better have a treat or a lickety stick. And if you don't know what I mean by lickety stick, you got to come into Petland and check this out. It's one of the best ways to encourage your dog in the training. So as they're pooping or peeing, so they're doing the little happy dance and they do the little humpy back thing, or they're squatting or they're lifting their leg while they're doing the act, you got to get that right to their mouth so that they know what they're doing right now is really good stuff. So they get a treat. Just think about what that little doggy or that adult dog is thinking right now. When I'm lifting my leg, they put a treat to my mouth and I get a treat. And I love treats. They are hugely motivated by treats. I'm going to hold it until I can get another one of those treats. So that's the whole logic in doing this. And the more you do it, repetition and consistency, you do it every single time. And then they do it over time. So they really get used to it and they go, golly, I get a treat every single time I urinate out there or I poop out there. Then they're going to go, I'm going to hold it. So let's say you have an older dog that's having an accident every once in a while, once a week. If you start doing this, you're going to notice over time, it's nothing magic like it's going to happen tomorrow. Over time, they're going to go, ooh, I'm going to hold it until I do it outside. Do that for 3 months. So no accidents for 3 months. Now you're going to erase the memories of them doing it in the house. All they remember is, oh, I poop and pee outside, and you go do it outside. Look for clues is the important part. They'll run at you and run away. In our house, that means they got to go potty, or they ring a bell. We got those potty time chimes that you can put on your doorknob. They'll ring the bell. If you ring the bell every time you go out to potty, they're going to ring the bell then and say, I gotta go. So now you've lifted them up, out of the kennel, you're out in the yard, you've given them a treat. Life is good. They're getting used to that and all that kind of stuff. You're going to see your potty problems go away over time. Always look at last month. Are you better than last month? Then keep on that path. Now, let's say you have a tenacious little one that, but then I let them loose in my house and emptied the bladder and, pooped and everything. But gosh, he finds more. Like he all of a sudden can poop again or pee again in the house. What we actually have a puppy, our little daughter. Our daughter's puppy is in our house right now. We're helping her out while she's finding an apartment. We actually have her on leash most of the time in the house so that Fitz can't sneak away, do his business, and then come back. We're making it so that he doesn't have that opportunity. That's really important for those tenacious dogs that are having a little bit of issue trying to figure things out. Those are actually the smarter dogs. Those are the dogs that are saying, well, wait, if I do it this way, is it okay? Wait, how about this way? If I do it over here, is that okay? How about in this other room? Is that okay? Oh, if I go downstairs, they're trying things out. So a leash on in the house at all times. Fits in our house. When he wakes up in the morning and he does both his businesses outside, he gets 20 minutes of run time in the house. And so we're running around chasing him, and we have other dogs, and so Susie's having a blast and everything. So he gets the off leash, gets some energy out, and he'll get that throughout the day. But for the most part, he's on leash so that he can't sneak away. Last tip. Do we have one?
You do.
All right. All right. So another big thing that you need to do in your house is if you do have an accident, you need to use the stain and odor remover with the enzyme. The enzyme is what goes after the urine and eliminates the smell that the dog or cat can smell that makes them want to pee there again. If you have that canine, that little feline that goes to that same spot over and over again, then you have to clean it with this enzymed product. We have many different varieties in our store. They all work. And we have them, the Petland version, we even have it on a discount. So come on in, grab it. And what you're going to find, you saturate that area first, if it's been a long term, with warm water. You're solubilizing, getting it all good. Then you're going to come back and put more of this stain and odor remover with an enzyme in over it. Let it sit for 30 minutes. Let that enzyme work on all that urine that's in there, and then blot it up with a towel. You're going to find it's a great stain remover as well then. And then it lifts up that, you're going to pull up all the product and the smell and everything so that the dog or cat doesn't go back there, smell it again, and then have I got to go pee again. If you find that after you do all of this and they still went back to the same spot, repeat. All it is you didn't get it all up.
Consistency.
Yes. And be
repetition.
Consistent. Right. And you'll get it all up over time and all that kind of stuff. It usually works on the first time. Every now and then you got to do it twice.
But 24 hours, that's the most important piece when, you're working with a new puppy.
Right. So we learned how to encourage behavior, the treat outside, discourage behavior by cleaning up those messes if they do it inside. And that is what a 24-hour period in a potty training looks like for a dog.
Positively Petland show Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Iowa City's news and sports station 800 KXIC. How can they find out more about you, and where are you located?
petlandiowacity.com, our website, petlandiowacity.com. You can go on to Facebook and search Petland Iowa City. We'll pop up there. We got all sorts of, this show is right now live on there while we're doing it. You can go to also YouTube, Positively Petland show, watch these videos. There's a lot of training on there, a lot of breed reviews. You can, on our website, we have all the breeds listed so you can learn in a little nutshell what each breed is like, and then come on in and check them out. There's nothing like holding the pet that you're interested in and saying, is this really the right breed for you? Our pet counselors then go through the education with you and teach you about it and say, hey, this is what it's going to be like with this little doggy. So really cool stuff at our store.
Ron, thanks for stopping in. Always a pleasure. KXIC, 800 KXIC, and KXIC.com. Positively Petland show every Sunday morning. Have a great day.
Thank you.